All right, so you know how everyone's always talking about Bitcoin? Well, today we're going to take a deep dive into its often overlooked cousin, Litecoin.
Ooh, Litecoin. Sounds familiar, but I'm not sure I could actually explain it to anyone.
Exactly. That's why we're doing this deep dive. People hear silver to Bitcoin's gold, but I think there's a lot more to unpack there. You sent over some research on it, and frankly, I'm pretty curious myself.
Yeah, I agree. I think that analogy, while catchy, can be kind of a double-edged sword.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, let's make sure everyone's on the same page. What exactly is Litecoin? Like elevator pitch style.
Litecoin is a cryptocurrency, peer-to-peer, just like Bitcoin. It was launched way back in 2011.
Oh, wow, it is early days.
Right. Makes it one of the oldest cryptos still kicking around.
So it stood the test of time, huh?
Yeah.
In the wild, wild west of crypto. That's got to count for something.
Absolutely. I think that longevity speaks volumes about its underlying tech and the strength of the community behind it.
Okay, so old-timer status, check. But what makes it tick? What are the Litecoin basics that people should know?
Well, the first thing that jumps out is the speed. Transactions on the Litecoin network are confirmed way faster than Bitcoin, like significantly faster.
Okay, hold on. Break that down for me. We're talking actual payments here, right?
Yeah.
Like if I were to, I don't know, buy a pizza with Litecoin.
Exactly. Think about it. Would you rather wait 10 minutes for your Bitcoin pizza payment to go through?
I mean, when I'm hungry, 10 minutes is an eternity.
Right. With Litecoin, that same transaction could be confirmed in under 3 minutes.
Wow, that's a huge difference. So speed is a big selling point.
Big time. And it's not just by accident. This was a deliberate design choice from the start.
So tell me more about that. What choices made this kind of speed possible?
Well, it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the technology. Remember, Bitcoin uses the SHA-256 hashing algorithm. It can be really resource intensive. Litecoin, on the other hand, uses something called script.
Script. Okay, gotta admit, that one's new to me.
No worries. It's basically another way of securing the network, but it was designed to be more memory hard. This means that even with specialized mining hardware, it's more accessible for everyday folks to participate in the network.
Ah, okay, so it levels the playing field a bit.
Precisely, and that ties back to Litecoin's philosophy. It's less about being this exclusive store of value like Bitcoin has become, and more about being a practical, usable payment system for everyone.
I'm starting to see why people make that silver comparison. It's faster, more accessible, and generally less expensive to acquire than Bitcoin. Is that analogy doing Litecoin a disservice? Like, is it more than just Bitcoin Lite?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, it's a bit of both. The analogy is helpful, especially when you're just getting started with crypto. It gives you a basic framework.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that Litecoin is its own thing. It's not just mimicking Bitcoin. The developers are constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Give me an example. What are they working on that sets Litecoin apart?
Well, for one, they've been exploring this technology called Mimblewimble. It's a privacy-enhancing protocol, and it could be a game changer for Litecoin.
Okay, privacy in crypto is a big deal these days. So with all these strengths, where does Litecoin fit into the bigger picture of cryptocurrency? Where are the opportunities?
One of the biggest trends right now is the growth of crypto payments. I mean, it's exploding.
You think Litecoin's positioned to capitalize on that?
Potentially, yeah. Imagine you're a merchant. You can accept Litecoin, and suddenly your transaction fees are way lower than traditional payment processors. Plus, settlement times are way faster.
I see what you're saying. Less waiting, more doing. But what about the customer side? What's the benefit for the average person?
Well, think about things like microtransactions or remittances. These are areas where speed and cost are absolutely crucial. Litecoin could be a game changer there.
Makes sense. But isn't the crypto space getting kind of crowded? There are a lot of coins out there trying to be the everyday payment solution.
Totally agree. Competition is fierce, and Litecoin can't just rest on its laurels. A few things are going to be critical going forward, like seamless integration with existing payment gateways.
Yeah, that's key.
Definitely. And user-friendly wallets.
Ah.
You need something that's easy for anyone to pick up and use, regardless of their tech skills.
So true. You know, the less intimidating it is, the better.
For sure. And of course, the whole regulatory landscape is still evolving. Clarity there will be huge. The coins that can navigate that successfully will have a major advantage.
That's a really good point. So for our listeners out there, what's the takeaway from all this? We've covered a lot of ground, what Litecoin is, its strengths, its potential role in the future. What's the big picture here?
I think the biggest thing is to not get caught up in the oversimplified analogies. Litecoin is more than just silver to Bitcoin's gold. It has its own unique history, its own passionate community, and its own set of strengths. Speed, affordability, a commitment to accessibility, it's all there.
But it's not a guaranteed slam dunk,
Well,
right?
of course not. The crypto world is constantly evolving. The big question for Litecoin and for all cryptocurrencies really is whether they can adapt and find their unique niche. Can they leverage their strengths to create real value in the future of finance? That's something I hope everyone will keep in mind as they explore this exciting space.
I love that. A challenge to our listeners. And honestly, a challenge I'm going to be chewing on myself after this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring.